Okay, so first of all, we've got your aqua colours, and these are all water-based, which means you can use water to activate them, and you don't need any special products or anything. They come in like cake form. You can see they're like dry, just like, you know, paints that you would paint on paper with. So yeah, that's your aqua colours, all your ingredients and everything on the back. Then you've got some other aqua colours. These are just a different brand. These are slightly cheaper. Diamond Effects are a really, really good brand. Definitely recommend. They're really, really highly pigmented, and they're just really good for coverage. And you've got your cheap ones as well, your Snazaroo. Sometimes the coverage isn't great, but they're fine for like face painting and things like that. And most of you in your kits will have your aqua colour palette. Mine's so old look, but I still use it all the time. It works perfectly fine. And if you wanted to get another cheaper alternative, you can get these on Amazon. It's the same. I've tried them, tested them. They're vegan and cruelty free, and they're all pigmented. They're all really good. And you can get that whole thing for about £20. There's other types of aqua colour as well. So you've got these little tubes you can get really cheaply. The quality isn't always great, but it's good to have a test out. Then these, you've got big bottles. It's liquid, it's already mixed up. You don't need to put water with it or anything. And then these are airbrush colours. They're silicone based. They come in all the normal colours again. These ones come in quite a shimmery one as well. You can get primary colours and shimmery different colours as well. They just go straight into your airbrush as they are. You can thin them down with special thinner if you need to, but they're just as they are into the airbrush. Then you've got these alcohol-based colours. They need a high alcohol solution to get them to work. As you can see, they don't work until you put that on there. So you can use IPA in a spray bottle and just spray it on, and you get a wash of colour. And they're normally used for colouring prosthetics and things like that, for a more professional appearance. Then you've got my favourites. You've got split cakes. These are just like the aqua colours. They're water-based, but you can see that they're made of lots of colours within one cake. And they're really good to create different effects, which I will show you later on. Okay, now we've got brushes. These are actually professional body painting brushes. They've got like plastic handles, you can see, rather than wooden handles. If they're sitting or they're getting wet, you know, they don't warp in the brushes, the bristles don't come out of them. You can get loads of different sizes, loads of different shapes. You can see there's angled brushes and rounded brushes, and you get these special ones with like little bits cut out, and they create different effects as well. And they're quite expensive. But yeah, they're really good. I've had mine for a long time. But you don't have to buy these professional expensive brushes. You can just buy brushes from the art shop. These are just acrylic paint brushes, just, you know, cheap brushes from the art shop, and I always pick them up, not just for body painting, but for all sorts of stuff, yeah, special effects and stuff. It doesn't matter if they get a bit ruined or stained. And sponges, always good to have these in your body painting kit. This is just a car washing sponge. You can buy these, you know, proper sponges, but you don't need to. You can just buy your cheap pack of car washing sponges. I like to cut them into like wedge shapes, kind of, because I like to use like that square bit. You can use it fits directly in the pan like this, or you can use like the angles, the sides, for like soft stuff for blending, that kind of thing. And you can tear them up and make shapes with them, and other like stamps and things. They're really, really handy and cheap. This is also a spray bottle. I like to carry a spray bottle of water rather than have a pot of water. I mean, it's very handy to wash a brush out, but you don't always need it if you've got lots of brushes, so it's easy to use a spray bottle of water. These are just some stencils, some cheap stencils that are usually handy, particularly for face painting. They peel off and stick around the skin. You can use it a couple of times before it loses its stick, and you just put it down and obviously just stamp onto it. This is DermaShield. It's a barrier cream. This is always good to put on the skin before you start. So it's just like a little mousse, you rub it in, and it creates a tiny little barrier, and it helps for staining, it helps for any allergies. You can see that it's completely gone into the skin. You do need to be careful because sometimes it can affect the way the paint goes onto the skin, but as long as you let it soak in before you start, it should be fine. And I always have these as well in my kit, just your regular wet wipes, but these are the water wipes, 99% pure water, no perfume. Good for allergies. Obviously you don't want to, someone's allergic to perfumes and things like that, you don't want to put that on their skin, but also there's a lot of water in them, so they can easily wipe everything off.